Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here with weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Wednesday, the 22nd of May. And coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show, we will, of course, be talking about severe weather that is going around, that's going on in parts of the country, especially in the eastern part of the United States. And we'll outline those severe weather risks as they extend through the rest of this week and for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. So that's tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast, and that is at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So after what was a very wild severe weather day yesterday in the upper Midwest, things have calmed down a bit overnight and into this morning. We do have flood watches up in Northeast Texas and Southeast Oklahoma. We have some winter weather going on in parts of Southwest Montana where we have winter storm warnings up for a number of counties, and some of the higher elevations there are probably going to see up to 2 feet of snow, believe it or not. But it does at least illustrate what's happening here across the United States in terms of the overall pattern that we're seeing these big severe weather outbreaks because we're seeing these unusually cold outbreaks coming in to the western part of the country. And there's going to be a gradual rearranging of the severe weather outlook, of the severe weather risks going forward. Meanwhile, as we take a look at the satellite loop this morning, we're seeing uh, not really a whole lot happening. Skies in the Northeast are generally clear, except up in northern Maine. And you can see that there are some leftover thunderstorms from the severe weather outbreak in the upper Midwest overnight with a few lightning strikes. So, at least going into this morning, things are okay. And you see the clouds that are dropping into the Northwest ahead of that snow that's coming for parts of Montana. And here's what the radar looks like this morning: a few showers across central New Hampshire into Maine. Otherwise, the radars up and down the eastern seaboard are dry. There's a little area of thunderstorms in southeast Indiana, southwest Ohio, and not much else. The storm system that has done all this is now moved up north of Lake Superior. That's where you see all the action now inside of Canada. And then we've got all this precipitation, rain with again the snow in the higher elevations in Montana coming into the northwestern U.S. Now, the Storm Prediction Center today, we're seeing a gradual shift south and east of severe weather risks. Western New York, much of Pennsylvania, southwest through the Lower Ohio and Tennessee Valley, and then picking up steam as we head to Arkansas into northeast and north central Texas, where the SPC folks have an enhanced risk of severe weather indicated there. And that comes with a 2 to 5% tornado risk. Most of the tornado risk is emphasized in the southern half of that severe weather risk zone. Now, tomorrow, Thursday, as we check out what SPC has to say, and by the way, SPC will be updating their forecast sometime later this morning. They have a marginal risk from coastal Maine southwestward through southern New England, the Hudson Valley, New York City and Long Island, New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, down in Virginia and into North Carolina. Then it becomes a slight risk in the plains and in the lower Mississippi River Valley, from North Texas, North Central and Northeast Texas up into South Dakota, and then east into Western Tennessee. And that area is where we see a risk of 2 to 5%. But we do have, again, just to emphasize, it's a marginal risk along in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states for Thursday, and that would indicate the possibility of isolated severe thunderstorms intermixed with some general shower and thunderstorm activity as a cold front passes. And we've got a marginal risk on Friday, at least so far it's marginal, from Arkansas northeastward up into Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Well, don't be surprised if that one winds up getting elevated. Now, a couple of things to point out in the long range. On day 4, and this is because I know folks are traveling to wherever they're traveling to for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. We have severe weather risks in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas, and north central and northeast Texas for Saturday into Sunday. Sunday into Monday, SPC already has an enhanced risk in southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, and western Kentucky, southernmost Indiana, and Illinois. So my usual rule is when SPC has something in the long range, it's important to pay attention. Now they don't have anything yet for day 6, and that is from Monday into Tuesday. But I'm thinking that there is probably going to be a cold front coming through the eastern part of the United States, and that there may wind up being severe weather risk with it, especially if we wind up dealing with a strong low that's going to head up to the Great Lakes. Rainfall amounts over the next 7 days, looking for about a half to three-quarters of an inch in the Northeast down into the northern mid-Atlantic states. It picks up in central and western Pennsylvania, west southwestward into the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, where we're seeing anywhere from an inch and a half to as much as 3 inches of rain, and that goes back into northeast Texas. Also, heavy precip of up to a couple of inches in Montana and into northern Idaho with this new weather system that's coming in to the west. So, as far as what we're going to see in the coming days, uh, today, of course, in the east, it's a warm day of sunshine and temperatures in the 80s. I think any severe thunderstorm risk that was indicated in places like western New York, western and central Pennsylvania, the marginal risk that's extending east into northern New Jersey and parts of the Hudson Valley, that probably doesn't come during the daytime today. I think that's going to be more for later tonight into tomorrow morning. You can see the front moving east. Severe weather breaking out on the southern end of that front tonight in North Texas and southern Oklahoma and Arkansas. A very active overnight period there and going into northern Louisiana. The front approaching on Thursday, we see some showers and thunderstorms, possibly late in the afternoon and evening. There also could be some overnight into tomorrow morning as a little upper trough goes by. And then, though that front moves through, the severe weather risks as we go through the weekend. Now, once that front clears, I think Friday is fine in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states for getaway day. Severe weather back in parts of the Ohio Valley, northwestward up into the upper Midwest, perhaps. Saturday, we're seeing, I think, what should be a decent day. There could be uh, maybe a shower or thunderstorm Saturday night into Sunday morning. The day side Sunday is looking good, but here we have low pressure coming out of Kansas and running up into the eastern Great Lakes and intensifying into a low down in the 980s. And this is for later Monday, Memorial Day, a rather strong looking cold front coming through. If the upper dynamics are there to match this, this could be a severe weather event for the Northeast and Mid Atlantic states for some time Memorial Day. And of course, we'll be zeroing in on all of this tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast, and that's at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So have a great day, enjoy the warm weather, and we'll see you later.